so good to see everybody. And this is going to be such a pleasure introducing Seane Corn. I mean, I go, Seane Corn. Oh, you know, she is, for those, well, I don't know that she knows what this means, but I'm going to say it. I mean, she is an example of a really soft wood, a soft wood, you know. Dondi is another soft wood. We tend to think of woods as boom, 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 you know, and all of it, but she's soft. She's a liver wood, which is, and so she can combine a certain rawness with softness, you know, which is an amazing quality. She's, David and I saw her, oh, I'm going to do a poem too. Dondi, I'm going to do a poem because this is really applicable. I believe I remember it. When I was in my 20s, I saw this poem and I just wanted to take it for my own. And actually over the years I did take it. I changed the words, I did everything. And but it never leaves my mind. It's one of those poems that when you see somebody like this, the poem comes up, okay? The first words are the old poet's line, so I won't, that's not mine, but I'm gonna say his line. His line was, let's see, our world is full of people who barely move us. Now it starts. But now and then we meet impact people who jar the even tenor of our ways and knock electrons off our tight little atoms of being and leave us startled, breathless, and glad. That's Seane Corn.
So we met Seane at the Wake Up Festival in Colorado, sponsored by SoundsTrue, and she gave a keynote. And this, you know, like IGEEM, their keynotes are really extraordinary people. And she caught our attention. And we both turned to one and said, we want her at IGEEM. That was, we both had the same response. And as we've gotten to know her just a little bit yesterday, I was trying to think of a couple of words to really characterize her. And for me, it's courageous authenticity. Courageous authenticity. And what one of the places that comes out is that she does a lot of social activism. And when she goes to a setting, she asks herself very hard questions. She asks herself, why am I here? Am I here because I want to be liked? Am I here to get love that didn't get fulfilled in childhood? Am I here because I want to be admired? Am I here because I want to be seen as one of the good guys in an increasingly unjust world? Am I here? Is what's motivating me that I have my ego so identified with my higher self that there's no room for my shadow. So if it comes up, I have to push it down. And if you deal with those questions when you're moving into social activism, it's going to be a lot more pure what you do. And she has asked herself those questions. They're questions you keep asking yourself. They're not ones you just resolve. But she, you know, she could have gone, you know, as you'll see when she comes up here, very far away in this world based on beauty and poise alone. But she did not stop there. She kept going deeper and deeper. And one of the things that really impressed me is her ability to articulate her journey. Her ability to articulate. So when she talks about it, you are going through your own process. So it's kind of a fast track to dealing with these difficult issues. And she had a family that gave her the gift of lots of issues to deal with. So there's something kind of universal when she talks about these things. And she's articulated in a way so that she not only can tell it to you, but she's been able to put it into her training program for social activists. So they start there. They start with those issues. Why am I here? What's this about for me? Who do I bring to the table here? And how's that going to affect what happens next? That's the start. And then she goes with the most sophisticated methods for really bringing about social change. And the way she's done it, you know, we talked yesterday about an organization or a movement. Her organization has spawned hundreds of small groups, about a dozen, all over the world that are making shifts in their local communities and on bigger issues. And they are, Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of committed people can change the world. That's the only thing that ever has. And so there's hundreds of them that have spawned, and they are all over. They are gangsters in New York City. Literally, they're dealing with poverty, they're dealing with homelessness, they're dealing with the jail system, they're dealing with sexism, racism. They choose an issue that they are passionate about, and they go out and they make changes in that. So her program is called Off the Mat because she came from a yoga background, and she uses that yoga to help people confront those questions in the same way that we use energy psychology and energy medicine to embody them, so that you're not just dealing with them in your head, you're dealing with them in every cell of your body. And so as they go out off the mat and into the world, they're making real difference. And we watched her tell about her program, and we were just feeling, whoa, this is something that our community could really learn from, could really model from. We spend most of our energy trying to teach you how to be good with the person on the table, which is great. That will never change. That will always be the bedrock. But then what do you do with that? Now, certainly you want to build a practice, you want to get it into the healthcare system, but there is so much that energy medicine and energy healing has to offer the world. How do we translate that from your table into the world? So we asked her if she would prepare a talk for us called Off the Table and Into the World. So Seane. Oh, wait, no. That was not the introduction. That was telling you why we invited her. We thought that for the introduction, that we should have someone from our community who is also well recognized in the yoga community. And we have several people where that is the case. One of them just wrote a book called Energy Medicine Yoga. And and it is a fabulous book. Donna gets so many invitations to write forwards to books, and she has to say no to all of them almost. But this one, it was just so from the heart of her work, and then taking it into this oldest of traditions of energy medicine. And how could she say no? And so Donna has written the foreword to that book. It's in the bookstore, but we have asked Lauren to introduce Seane Corn. So, Lauren?
Okay, awesome. Hi, you guys. Good morning. I think most of us came to energy medicine to heal ourselves first, either mentally, spiritually, or physically. And there's a yoga tenet that says all you can do is change yourself. And through changing yourself, you change the world. And yet, we all know that the world needs a lot more than triple warmer sedating and spleen strengthening, right? The world needs a lot. And sometimes we feel impotent faced with the huge needs that we see all around us. And as healers and facilitators, we want to do more, but we maybe don't know what that more is. The energy medicine world is just starting now to bridge with the yoga world. And yoga is a practice of moving energy in the body. But very few teachers understand energy or teach yoga with that broader emphasis. There's about 20 million yoga practitioners in this country. I think probably 18 million of them have studied with Seane at some point or another. I hope so. She is a rock star in the yoga world. She has been on hundreds of magazine covers, interviewed by Deepak and Oprah, but she is one of those rare teachers who not only understands energy, but understands it in such a profound way and teaches it in such an accessible way that finally yoga students are starting to grok what the EM world has known about energy and has been teaching. My hope is that she'll continue to be a bridge between these two worlds, bringing more yogis to energy medicine and more EMers into the yoga world. As the two disciplines, they really are opposite sides of the same coin. And if that was all that Seane did, dayenu, right? It would have been enough. But she has taken her gifts her platform, her fame, and she has brought it out into the world with an activism culture in the yoga world that's unparalleled. You can look up her nonprofit that David was just talking about, Off the Mat and Into the World, and it will blow your mind. But what sent chills down my spine yesterday was learning about the way that they train their activists. It's like learning a tracker session. It's systematized. One intervention, one meridian, one chakra, one person, and one problem at a time. And that's the way that you will change the world, that you will change the world, that you will change the world. One thing at a time. Just like we learned about last night, right? You don't do everything at once. You do what's in front of you, and you do it to the best of your ability. And her organization is proving that this works. They've raised millions of dollars and changed countless lives. But the thing that makes all of this work, the thing that you are about to experience, the thing that started it all, is the amazing, inspiring, generous-hearted, captivating woman herself. Please welcome Seane Corn.